5 intelligent parenting tricks to avoid generation gap with your children. Hi friends, welcome to Marriage Realities, a comprehensive relationship channel. Today's video is all about avoiding the generation gap you often suffer with your children. Generation gap with your children makes you feel very unhappy, doesn't it? You must understand that it also makes your children feel suffocated and imprisoned. What exactly is generation gap? It is your mentality of not understanding your children from their viewpoint. Yes, you never see eye to eye with your children. You always want things done your way. You're very conservative in total contrast to the modern outlook of your children. You're too preachy and advising that your children keep a safe distance from you. You encourage too much into the privacy of your children when they feel you're too pushy and interfering. Your children hate all these dominating parental attitudes you often display towards them. These are also the main reasons which make your children deviate from you. Why don't you wear the yellow color salwar suit I got for you? I told my daughter when she was preparing to go out with her friends. Some other day, Amma, I like this blue salwar suit better, she told me. I should have let my daughter have her own choice. But in my high pedestal as a mother, I could not keep my mouth shut. Listen to me, Kanna, you look more pretty in yellow, I insisted. Well, Amma, it is I who's going to wear the dress, not you. Why can't I decide? My daughter told me in exasperation. Naturally, I shut my mouth, which I should have done before making an intruding comment. Do you also keep poking your nose into whatever your children do? If you do so, your children do not like it a wee bit. Most of you interfere into the personal desires of your children because you feel that you know better than them. You're after all more experienced than your children and so feel that they should listen to you implicitly without a word of opposition. This attitude is nothing but bad parenting. When you do not allow your children freedom and liberty, they feel jailed and suffocated. When you deny your children the basic rights, they become secretive towards you. Your children also start to tell lies just to escape your anger. Your dominating and intruding nature makes your children feel that you are a pain in the neck. If you want to avoid this sort of generation gap with your children, you must get down from your high pedestal as a dominating parent. Here are 5 simple parenting techniques which will help you to avoid generation gap with your children. The number 1 parenting technique to avoid generation gap is to let your children live their lives as they want to. You must understand that your children are individuals with their own way of looking at life. If you want your thoughts to be the thoughts of your children, they will never grow up as assertive individuals. They will only be a meek Xerox copy of you. You must understand that the dreams of your children will be different from you. Their ambitions in life also will be different. Your children will want to choose a field which might be in exact contrast to what you dreamed about them. Having such different ambitions and desires just shows that your children are maturing not only physically, but mentally also. So, give your children the freedom to decide about their life. Your non-intrusion and understanding makes your children treat you with respect and friendliness. Your children would definitely appreciate you as a good parent. The number 2 parental technique to avoid generation gap is to allow them to learn from the mistakes. As a caring parent, you do not want your children to commit mistakes. This is the reason you flare up in furious anger when they commit mistakes. How wrong can you be? You did not evolve as a mature individual without making any mistakes. You committed your own share of mistakes in your youth. You committed tons of mistakes during your middle age also. But the mistakes you committed made you learn many precious lessons. Like you, your children also will commit mistakes. Do not worry about it. Let your children make mistakes. They will learn many valuable life-saving lessons through it and evolve into a confident person. The number 3 parental technique to avoid generation gap is to be a great listener. You often do not listen to your children. It is sad that you do not understand that your children long to talk with you. They long to share their apprehensions with you. Your children want you to pacify them when they are worried. They want you to talk to them with friendliness. But often you do not have the patience to listen to your children. As you are dead tired from your hectic work schedule, you push your children away from you. You do not realize that the young mind of your children crumbles in unhappiness when their own parents do not have time for them. But when you are a great listener, your children want to talk to you. When you are an empathetic listener, your children do not hide secrets from you. Being communicative and being listening are excellent parenting tools which will definitely close the generation gap between you and your children. The number 4 parenting technique to avoid generation gap is to stop spying on your children. You often do not trust your children, so you ask them many probing questions, not understanding that you're making your children seem like a culprit. You often play a detective and check the whereabouts of your children. You also have a lengthy doubting questionnaire for your children to clarify your doubts. Your behavior is absolute wrong parenting technique. Stop spying on your children. If at all you feel that your children are amongst bad company, talk to them in a reasonable manner. Make your children understand that the friendship with the wrong person could ruin the future. The number 5 parenting technique to avoid generation gap is stop being interfering. There are times your children might take your interference meekly, but within them they fume in frustrated anger. When your children become helpless victims to your unreasonable intrusion, they will definitely grow into a submissive and subservient person. They will suffer throughout their life as they did not inculcate confidence and courage in them. When you commit such parental blunders, the generation gap between you makes your children gradually shut you out of their life. Your dominating nature makes your children dislike staying at home. Your children spend most of the time avoiding you. Without proper guidance from you, your children might fall into bad and life-destroying habits. Drugs, alcohol, and bad habits will destroy their character. You can only be a helpless spectator, all because you never understood the young world. When you maintain a healthy distance from your children, they will respect you for the freedom you give them. Teach your children the morality of what is good and wrong in life, then step away from them. The respectful distance you maintain from your children will definitely close the generation gap between you. When you display the parenting qualities your children expect from you, you can enjoy a healthy relationship with them. Did this video make you understand the parenting techniques you need to avoid generation gap? Marriage Realities will have many such relationship eye-openers. Subscribe to my channel to understand your marriage in a new light. Press the bell icon for updates about my latest relationship videos. Make love forever until death do us part your relationship goal.